Sex worker.
Somehow you stumbled upon Tristan&Kyle Are Boring, the podcast.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Sun plastics. Have you ever been outside? There's a burning ball of gas called the sun out there. You'll need something to protect your eyes. Sun plastics cover your eyes with a tinted plastic resting on your nose and ears, keeping your eyes kind of safe from the sun. Sun plastics, because calling them sunglasses doesn't make sense. Like, seriously, they are made out of glass. I seriously don't understand.
St. Patty's May. Other beers are brown or yellow. Everyone knows that green is the color of being healthy. Every other day you get thrown into the drunk tank, no one laughs it off the next day. Then you get fired and lose your house. Your wife and your kids no longer respect you. You sink into an even deeper pit of alcoholism that results in STDs from
Sex worker.
with one leg, but you don't mind because she wears the same perfume your mother wore when you were a kid before she killed herself and your father. She tried to kill you too, but didn't succeed. This is why St. Patty's Day should be St. Patty's May. This message brought to you and approved by the Green Food Coloring Association.
Stomp the Yardstick. From the creative team that brought you Mean Geometry and Josie and the Pussy Square Roots comes a new classic that is sure to mesmerize and thrill. Susie Metric System's a small-town girl who just moved to the big city. Gideon U.S. Standard grew up on the rough streets. This summer, both worlds collide in Stomp the Yardstick. Fuck you. What's I supposed to say?
I already started recording, so...
Please do not vape.
Fuck yeah, bro.
No.
So I did not have time to look up information from the last podcast, so I didn't, so it's not going to be in here.
Okay.
I will have to listen to it and put it. We'll just have a long section next time when I'll skip some of my topics next time. That's really sexy. How far can you get that into your throat?
Actually, probably pretty far, pretty.
Yeah, okay, let me see. Oh wow, it's almost like you're sticking it behind your head. Okay. Oh.
I don't like it.
Yeah, so we'll have that. We'll have that next time. So that's pretty much means we'll just jump straight into movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go first or you want me to?
I can go first. You can. It's totally up to you.
You go first.
I'll go first. Hold on, let me send it to you now.
I love this movie.
Yeah, because it's a musical.
No, here's the thing. I don't love all musicals. What I do love is this musical. And I will tell you why. Queen Latifah is in it, and she's amazing. She plays Mom Morton. The Cell Block Tango music video, song, choreography changed my life. And we will be watching it after this because it's really good. Anyway, I love Chicago, the movie. I think it was the first film musical that I loved because it came out, 2002?
Yeah, it came out early 2000s.
Yeah, 2002. It was the first one I loved because it was like, oh, I can enjoy things now. I have my own personality and opinions. I do like this very much. Okay, so...
Well, it's a musical, so in this case it makes sense that I haven't seen it because I don't like musicals. So by we watching it soon, you mean you will be watching it and I will be on my phone?
No.
Yes.
No, just the video for Cell Block Tango. You'll think it's really hot, I bet.
Oh, I will?
It's pretty saucy. There's some great choreography that you'd probably be very into.
Yes, I love choreography.
Choreography.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I imagine the story's based in Chicago.
I think that's right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine it looks a lot like a musical set one might find based on the previews that I've seen for the movie. Or am I thinking burlesque?
I think you're thinking burlesque.
Is burlesque
but I've never seen burlesque.
Wow. You never seen burlesque? Well,
that would be a very special episode if we recorded what we thought burlesque was and then watched it and then recorded our reaction to it afterward.
Well, here's another idea is we can watch burlesque together and record our commentary on the movie.
The whole time? That's a long-ass podcast. Who's going to listen to that?
Well, you just do it like any other one or just chop up the parts that are not interesting about the movie or the commentary. I guess. Probably. We'll see.
Yeah, let's brainstorm how that would work.
We'll just do it, and then if it sucks, then
Okay.
there you have it.
Okay. What else do you know about Chicago?
I know that the one older, well, now he's an older gentleman, right? Is he in that one or is he in Burlesque?
I don't know who
The
you're talking about, so I
guy,
couldn't tell you.
Richard Gere? Greer?
Oh no, Richard Gere is in Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's in there, but I think Burlesque is the one I'm thinking about that has Nicole Kidman.
Speaking of burlesque, no, that's Moulin Rouge. You're thinking of 3 different
Very
sexy
similar
dancer
movies.
movies.
Yeah, I'm stripping.
And stripping.
It's called Boylesque. By the look on your face, I can tell you loved that one.
Trademark.
Yes, I don't know much. I know it's a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Gere's in it. I know that Queen Latifah is apparently in it.
Cashews.
And that's it because I don't watch musicals. I think the only musical I've seen all the way through is The Sound of Music, and I don't know if that counts.
It does. I think it does.
Well, I mean, when did it come out, though?
I think in the 60s.
That's kind of weird. Well, I think it's just something that...
Why is that weird?
I don't know, because I watched it. I don't know why. I feel like a lot of kids watch that movie.
Yeah, well, it's very kid-friendly. It's like an introduction to musicals. It's like kid-friendly until there's Nazis. Parents love it. Yeah, I think probably 70% of America's children under 10 have seen Sound of Music.
Yeah, I think that's true as well.
Cool. Do you want to know anything about Chicago?
Perfect. Let's hear about Chicago.
Chicago. So Chicago revolves around Roxy Hart,
Wow.
portrayed by Renee Zellweger.
Oh, Renee Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger. She goes to prison
Oh,
for murdering her husband, who is John C. Reilly.
wow.
And he has a number, I think, called Cellophane Man. That's so good.
That sounds not creepy.
Well, it's basically like he's invisible, and anyways, I think I'm thinking of the right thing. Anyway, we'll find out, I guess, when we watch the whole thing together.
Yeah.
And you pay attention.
Definitely going to be paying a lot of attention to that film.
Yes. So Renee Zellweger goes to prison for killing her husband, and there she meets Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Wow.
who plays Velma Kelly.
Velma.
Velma Kelly. So this
Do they
song...
call her a V-Dog?
No, they don't. I think it takes place in the 20s.
Okay.
So basically the whole thing is a fever dream, kind of like a daydream of Renee Zellweger's. This kind of like... It's like, wow, I'm in prison. This sucks. Let's think about, like, how things could go, like, in my dreams. Because her dream before she went to prison was to be on stage as basically a burlesque dancer.
Yeah, everyone's dream. Got
And
it.
performer. So the number Cell Block Tango is all of the women, not all of the women, it's significant women in this prison dancing and singing about their crimes. And basically, like, Catherine Zeta-Jones is part of it, and I will listen to this song in the car on the way to work tomorrow because it is such a jam. Catherine Zeta-Jones in it is so...
That cadence. Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Jones is so powerful in it just because she's still denying it. She obviously did the murder that she's accused of. Anyways, Chicago is great. And it kind of ends in this big musical number between Roxy and Velma where they're on stage and there's like Tommy guns because it's the 20s and there's mobsters involved. Tommy guns and shooting out lights, and it's very iconic.
That's great.
Chicago's a really fun musical to watch. I have not watched it in probably 10 years, to be fair, so I don't know if it still holds up or if it's highly offensive now. We'll see. But I do quite enjoy Chicago.
Well, that's really a very thorough and great explanation. I kind of feel like I don't have to watch it now.
No, you're definitely going to have to watch it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're watching Burlesque. Got it.
No, we're watching Chicago. Chicago.
Yeah, if you say so.
Okay.
You know what I'm interested in? Like, honestly, is what movie you have for me.
Okay, so my movie for you, and I think you'll understand why I picked this pretty quickly, is Walk Hard.
Yeah.
The Dewey Cox story.
Correct.
I don't know anything about this movie.
Nothing about it?
I think Dewey Cox is played by John C. Reilly.
Correct.
As was Fodder in that time period. He was just all over the place in movies.
Yes.
I think he was brought up... I think it's a parody on Walk the Line, because I think it came out right after Walk the Line, which is about Johnny Cash. Probably about John C. Reilly growing up poor and then denouncing his family and going off to be a bluegrass rock star kind of person. Crazy hilarity ensues.
Yeah, a couple things. I think... So, John C. Reilly was in a string of movies that were very similar, as you know. But also, I think for me personally, that was the last... I'd have to check the dates to be sure, but that was probably the last John C. Reilly film that I saw that was actually, I found funny.
Okay.
Whether you'll find it funny or not, I don't know. That's just a personal opinion. Maybe you find other movies after that funny. Maybe other people find other movies after that funny. I don't know. That's just it's one man's opinion.
That's fair.
But yeah, so it's kind of like that. From what I remember at the beginning, he accidentally cuts his brother in half with a sword. And so that starts his career playing blues music.
Okay.
And then the rest of the film, so it's generally, I mean, I know that the pitch that they had was let's do a parody of Walk the Line, because that's what all the commercials are, and that's, the main joke of it. But basically it starts out with that, the blues, and then basically as the film continues on, they just do more and more parodies of whatever is popular during specific times. And he's like a music prodigy, so he plays different styles of music during that time.
Oh.
Yeah, there's the typical people. I can't remember everyone that's in there.
Is Catherine Hahn in it?
I can't remember too much of it. The only person that I remember for sure that was in it was, and I can't remember his name. He was in Saturday Night Live, and he was in all
Will
those.
Ferrell.
No. And actually, I don't know if Will Ferrell was in there. I think it was just a cameo. I can't remember. But the guy who played Ladies Man, he had that movie, Saturday Night movie spin-off.
Ladies Man.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'll let you look it up because my computer's super loud.
Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so he's in it, and he's constantly trying different drugs, and it's it's pretty funny, I guess, if you like movies.
You know who plays his mom?
Tim Meadows.
Yes. No. Character actress Margot Martindale.
That makes sense.
Yeah, does make sense. Let's see who else is in it. Honey Boy Edwards. Oh.
Well, while you're looking.
Oh, Kristen Wiig is in it.
Oh yeah, I think she plays one of his wives.
Yeah, she plays Edith.
Edith. I am Edith.
Oh, Martin Starr is in it.
Martin Starr.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Frankie Muniz, your boyfriend.
Frankie Muniz.
This came out in 2007.
Frankie Muniz, where have you been? I want you to
Muniz,
come back.
Come look at my baby.
No, that's really inside. I don't think anyone understands that, but that's fine.
I know, it's just for you and I. You can cut it out.
Just you and I.
You and I.
You and I.
You and I.
Can you see outside? Do you want some outside? Is that
I
good for you?
could see outside until you started fucking around with the curtain.
No, you can't see outside now?
I can't really.
Well, how about now?
Not more.
That's lovely. We're doing this podcast in our office space in, one of those shopping malls
Shopping malls.
where there's drop tile and the lights are blinking. Yeah, so I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, Walk Hard.
Walk Hard. I can't tell if Will Ferrell's in it or not.
Well, Ferrell, I guess.
Ferrell? Will Ferrell?
Well,
Ferrell.
Ferrell is.
Will Ferrell is. I think he's in this at all.
Yeah, I didn't think he was.
Interesting. And now, a word from our sponsors. Stomp the Yardstick. From the creative team that brought you Mean Geometry and Josie and the Pussy Square Roots comes a new classic that is sure to mesmerize and thrill. Susie Metric Systems, a small-town girl who just moved to the big city. Gideon U.S. Standard grew up on the rough streets. This summer, both worlds collide in Stomp the Yardstick. I also really like the name Odette for a girl.
Odette.
Odette, call her Odie.
What other movie was that name in? Odette. I think it was a cartoon.
Garfield.
No, I think it was like an actual.
You said it was a cartoon, right?
Yeah, but like an actual, like not Garfield the movie. Well, don't do Odette movie because that'll bring up a film called Odette.
The Swan Princess?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god, you know the Swan Princess?
I do.
I
Odette.
was obsessed with the Swan Princess growing up.
Growing up? Okay.
Are you obsessed with it now?
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit, I don't know.
Let me hear your best French frog.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do it for me. Come on. Crunchy chips.
Crunchy chips.
Come on, crunchy chips, Tristan.
Stop.
All right. Okay, we want to do French frog. What do you got for me today?
Oh. I want to talk about Swan Princess.
And let's talk about Swan Princess. Let's do it. No, it's fine. I mean, we have a lot more time today. Yeah, I just remember that guy, like his super ginger, like long mustache. I'm like, I don't like you, mister. I like your mustache, but I don't like you.
I just remember watching the beginning part over and over again where they're kids and they're like playing on their horses.
With the arrows and stuff, yeah.
So
Yeah, like, the original, that's where you had to come in with the answer real quick.
Of what?
Let me try in a different voice. The original, because she's like a badass on her horse with arrows. No? Okay.
Oh, the original Merda.
Yeah. What else you got about?
A chance to change your fate.
If you had your chance to Odette.
Oh.
You want to talk about anything else about the Swan Princess?
Only that when I was a kid, my aunt would babysit us, and the two movies that we would watch were The Swan Princess and Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance. I think that's really where my love of choreography stems from.
Probably.
Have you ever watched Lord of the Dance?
No.
Like Riverdance?
No.
Irish step dancing?
No.
It's amazing.
I will tell you what, I mean, because my aunt also watched me a lot when I was younger, as aunts do. Aunts, aunts.
Aunts and aunts.
Yeah, however you pronounce it is fine with me. We can be friends. I don't care about that word. Do you? But we did a lot of McGee and Me.
McGee and Me? I don't know what that is.
It's a Christian series TV show.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know what that is.
It is, but still pretty good as a kid. I mean, I would say on the level of Teddy Ruxpin, level of quality. It was pretty good. And then also, no Teddy Ruxpin for you either?
I think I know what Teddy Ruxpin is. What?
He's a Teddy, and his name is Ruxpin.
Wow. There was this guy in the neighborhood. It wasn't Mr. Rogers, obviously, but it was this guy in this neighborhood. And everybody was very Christian and learning lessons. And I think there were puppets, but I don't remember 100%.
Yeah, I don't know that one, actually.
Okay. Interesting. Sorry.
No, totally fine.
Tangent.
Total tangent is total fine.
Total fine.
And todo is fine.
En todo es bien.
Wow, that was super offensive. I'm not cutting that out.
Please cut it out if it's offensive.
What were we talking about?
The Swan Princess.
Oh, yeah. So McGee and Me was one. And then my brother would get on these tears where he'd watch the same movies over and over again. Mm-hmm. And I could not get him to stop. So Angels in the Outfield was definitely one that we watched a lot.
Okay.
And I think, so like growing up, my dad was a baseball fan. So he got into the Angels because the Dodgers was in the heart of LA. And we were white, but not crazy white. So we were not going to any of those games, you know, during that time.
Also, you don't look white.
I don't look white, which means I can go, but my dad looks very white.
Right.
So
bad idea.
And I don't think he's ever punched anything in his life. So yeah.
You should text him and ask.
We did go to a Dodgers game though recently though. So I mean, but I think back then we couldn't afford parking if our car would make it all the way to LA, and certainly we wouldn't have gotten any food or anything. So it was nice. Finally got to go to a game in LA with my dad. Because, you know, it's kind of iconic, the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. You know, bought myself a hot dog.
Ooh, a Dodger dog?
Dodger dog.
Get a boy.
L7.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah, so that one. And my brother really liked The Sixth Man. It was starring one of the Wayne brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, he really digged that one. It was like one of the Wayne's brothers, his brother in the movie. Not another Wayne. dies, and then he's like a ghost that helps out their team to win games by cheating as a ghost.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Are you going to look it up?
Christian.
Oh, it's just going to do Christian
Children.
finger puppets. That's going to bring up some bad results.
Okay, what did you want to talk to me about today?
You want me to go first? Do you have topics today?
You go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll start with my first one. And this one happened while I was waiting to pick you up from the airport recently. I noticed that generally, not this time when I was going to pick you up, but in general, if you want a crazy people free day, go to the airport. Because you can't be a crazy person in the airport. It doesn't work like that.
That's true.
Like freaking out about a flight, sure. But the guy that's in the corner is like, my shit? Fuck with my shit? No, no one fucks with my shit. I told Antonio, I told him, fuck no. Fuck no, fuck no. Like that kind of crazy stuff.
That was really crazy.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah, like crazy people stuff where they're ranting. Like, A, why are you there? Because obviously you're not flying.
Right.
B, security is going to be on you super quick.
Real fast.
It's the safest place to be away from crazy people, I feel.
I agree with you. Now, do you think... I have seen crazy people in the TSA line, and I did not pay attention to them close enough to see if they were actually boarding a flight, or if they were there just to, like, fuck around and be in people's way.
Yeah, I just don't feel like there's going to be, like, the ratio to how many people are there trying to get to TSA and get to flights versus any other public area that you are in where there's a lot of people.
Right.
There's usually a lot of crazy people hanging out, yelling at themselves, pretending they're in a fight with someone that's not there, which is fine. You do you. Aunt, however they pronounce it is cool. But I'm just saying, generally, you can't just be a crazy person in the airport. You can, like, freak out about shit, for sure.
Yeah, but in a quiet end.
Even in a loud, as long as you're not actually a crazy person, you're just slightly crazy and you're freaking out about what's going on with your, like, what do you mean they left without me? Or what do you mean my ticket's not working?
Right.
What do you mean I have to go to this separate room? Why are you putting on that glove? Leave me alone.
Oh.
You know, like that's fine.
Sure.
But like the
I
crazy,
guess
like,
depending on who you talk to.
well, you know, it just depends if you like a good time or not. But it's just the crazy, like talking to yourself,
Right.
muttering, you know, smells like urine type of crazy is, you can't do that at the airport.
80-second crazy.
Yeah, just imagine where the people are that you try to avoid. So if you're listening to this, you can listen to this, which means you know what we're talking about.
Right.
So imagine those people, they're not at the airport. Maybe like if you live in a small town, it's like a super small airport. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's, you know, I feel like that I don't see too much. But when I was waiting for you, I saw a guy that was like kind of freaking out, like low key in the corner. And I couldn't quite tell if it was something to do with his flight and stuff or if it was just pure crazy. But he was in the little Starbucks corner, so I think maybe they let him slide.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Just kind of taking a nap there, getting a free drink.
Yeah, he seemed kind of normal. He was just like, but he was like, it's what he was talking about did not make sense. I can't remember what he was saying exactly, but it was along those lines, you know, talking about someone who's not there and he did not have a phone or a Bluetooth on.
Oh, cool.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those conversations.
I hear you. To yourself or someone in your head.
Yeah.
Tight. Side note, I did find the show.
Oh, wonderful.
Quigley's Village.
Quigley's Village. Maybe that does make sense because my cousin named their dog Quigley. I can't remember when Quigley Down Under came out, but I don't think they named it after that. So maybe they watched that. But I'm not familiar.
Which cousin?
The other brown ones.
I was thinking of them, but...
Yeah. Well, growing up, that's who we spent the most time with, for sure. The other brown ones.
Stop.
What? I'm going to make t-shirts.
Mr. Quigley.
Mr. Quigley.
I'm sorry. I'm really proud of myself for finding this. Okay. People do be crazy. At the airport, though, it's so regulated that it's hard for them to be crazy there.
There's just too much security, I think.
Yeah. Very true.
Too many side rooms.
Yeah.
What you got for me?
Okay, so this is kind of... It's not a hot take.
That's fine. We're not hot takes here.
We're not hot take people. But breakfast places.
Yes.
You have two kinds of servers, right? You've got either old and sad, like you're sad to see them there, or you have young and angry to be working there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I feel like there's a third category.
Oh, what's your category?
It's a dark horse and doesn't happen very often. They can blur the lines between the two. Most often they do. But it's like mid-30s. Mm-hmm. And they usually go one way or the other. But every now and then you get that unicorn that you can tell is super swamped and going out of their mind, but also is still super nice to you.
That's true. Yeah, Portland is pretty unicorny like that. But yeah, I just feel like in Portland, it's really hard to find good service, especially at brunch time on the weekend. They don't give a fuck that you ordered 20 minutes ago. Where's your food? Like, they're mad to be there. They're in their ripped t-shirts and shorts for some reason. And high tops. And they don't give a fuck that you want hash browns. They just want to get their paycheck. And I get it, but also, fucking chill, dude. Which brings me to my question to you. What is your favorite hangover breakfast food?
That's a great question. I mean, anything that's potato or bread-based.
Yeah.
Because science, you know.
Because starch and science.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think, yeah. I mean, there's that story I told you before, which I'll tell you again, because obviously you're not this podcast. Sure. But, yeah, so I had a crazy night with my friend.
Sex worker.
And my other friend.
Sex worker.
I'll just keep it at that, so maybe people can't guess. I don't know. Probably people will guess. I don't know. That's fine. Had a crazy night. Did some things. Treats. So on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And the next day, well, we went back to my friend's house, and we all passed out. And when I woke up, everyone was gone. And I went to the living room, and my friend's brother was there. And I felt like utter crap. Shit, if you will. Because I had done things and drank.
Wow.
So he was playing video games. I sat down. Didn't have to work the next day, which was nice, but I felt real horrible. He's sitting there, and he pauses the game and reaches into a McDonald's bag and pulls out a sausage and egg and cheese McMuffin, which I know is something that you're not used to since you don't eat meat, but total savior because it's a lot of grease.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
I can see the merit in that.
Yeah. But also bread, which is wonderful.
Sometimes an English muffin is so fucking good.
Yeah, with a little bit of butter on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it tears nicely, but not too difficult to tear.
And if it's a little too toasted, it's like a little crunchy.
Yes, exactly.
So nice.
So he provided that to me, and I started eating it, and he gets up, and, you know, I'm very thankful, but I'm a little busy. But he comes back with orange juice for me, which I'm just like, at this point, I am thankful for this angel that appeared in my life.
Down on one knee, will you marry me? This is amazing.
Yeah. Will you bring me sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins for the rest of our lives? Yeah, if you ever drink a lot and stuff and woke up the next day and that just appears for you, or if you haven't, just imagine what that would have been like. It's very fantastic. So I wolfed it down. It was great. He kept on playing video games. You know, finished it. And then he reached into the McDonald's bag and pulled out another sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. I was like, do you want another one? I was like, okay, who are you? And how do I get more of you?
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, anything, you know, bread-based, grease. I don't know if it's like the urban legend or it's just me or not. But, yeah, anything with bread-ish, potatoes, but not hash browns. Like roasted potatoes.
Oh yeah, breakfast potatoes.
Yeah.
So good. If they're done right, that's the most amaze.
Yeah, even if they're not done right, I don't know if it actually soaks it up or if I just told myself it soaks it up. But either way, that's what I go for sure.
I love Gravy's skillet hash browns.
I know you do.
It's like puck shaped.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good and like shredded.
It's
and
like a little bird nest.
Crispy on the edges, amazing. So good. And then the biscuits and gravy. And then this side, so good. I love it. Anyway, yeah, that was my thing. Your best hangover food. I think most people it's potatoes and bread based, but
yeah,
I like specific things. I would like a lot of cheese now on, you know, like a breakfast sandwich. That would be amazing. That's what I really would like.
Yeah, I think for me, there's just specific places that I know I can get to. The thing mostly is if I'm hungover, there are still specific places, but they're all places that I can get to and get what I need quickly. That's
true, yeah. You don't want to be waiting in line for brunch.
No, it's not brunch
outside. Fuck you.
No, food carts or something. I have specific places, not just anywhere that I can get something quick, but definitely the places I've figured out after living here for long enough are quick. Do you have some examples besides gravy?
Of
Different
where I
rest-
like to get food?
Well, like hungover food. Where do you go to your quick hungover food to curb that?
Honestly, New Seasons is really great at that because you can get like a breakfast sandwich kind of thing.
Also, you're a New Seasons whore, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Well,
Sex worker, thank you.
okay.
We also have a hot bar where you can get breakfast potatoes and biscuits and all sorts of fun shit.
Breakfast potatoes.
Breakfast potatoes. You can get breakfast potatoes.
Breakfast potato.
Breakfast potatoes.
Breakfast potato.
Breakfast potato.
Crunchy chips. Anywhere else?
Crunchy chips. Ground.
Just trying to fill in that time where we can.
Crunchy chips. Well, it's pretty suburbia of me, but have you ever been to Biscuits?
Yes.
Okay. Biscuits is dope, and you can usually get food really fast.
Hey, yo, check it.
Check it.
Bring the mic in close. Yo, Biscuits is dope.
Oh, Biscuits is dope, though. Biscuits is really delicious, and pretty cheap and pretty fast, and their biscuits are amazing, and their jam is so good. And even their hash browns are pretty good as well, and I'm a hash brown connoisseur, I would say. So I think suburban style biscuits is amazing. There's usually not a line. It's great. Anyway, those are my picks. Hot picks.
Yeah, mine, so there's, if you're ever in Portland, Oregon, my quick go-tos for sure. My go-tos for sure, there's a lot of food carts everywhere. If you've ever been here or read or seen anything about Portland, there's food carts everywhere. But there is food carts down on 5th Avenue, 5th and like Davis, I believe it is. And there's 2 Mexican food carts in the morning. One of them makes, I can't remember it, but there's 2. So there's, when you walk up to it and you're on 5th Avenue and you're facing them, there's one on your left, one on your right.
That's handy.
It's very handy. Unless it changes, then we're screwed. So I can't really tell you. But the one on your left makes breakfast quesadillas that are just really good. So, I don't think they make anything vegetarian.
Awesome.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, for anyone else that's not vegetarian, it's great. I mean, it depends on how picky you are, obviously. Most vegetarians, vegans, so on and so forth, are going to be picky. If they don't have like a vegetarian section of the grill, then that's that.
Yeah.
But if you don't care, or if you do eat meat, it's great. It's just basically a scramble, whatever kind of scramble you want. Whether you have onions in there or green onions, bacon, whatever kind of scramble you like. Put in a quesadilla. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
Love
breakfast burritos are God's gift.
Breakfast burritos are, and I feel like, yes, and always will be, they're the most filling of any breakfast food.
Grab and go, full to the brim.
Easy. A lot of places do them. It's not hard. It is not hard to fuck them up. You can fuck them up. For the most part, you can find somewhere in your town that does a good breakfast burrito. However, this is the only place that I've had a breakfast quesadilla, and it's different than a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It's great. It tastes just like a quesadilla. It's very cheesy the way they do it. It is, I should say. It's also breakfast.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So that's great. If you really want to destroy your gut and destroy a hangover, as you know, feeding the people, don't do it.
Okay.
But feeding the people, they have a brick and mortar now, and Kingsland Kitchen, which is actually just around the street. I think mainly my go-tos is because I used to work downtown. So I had those locations, but great, wonderful. And there are many, obviously, as we know, great breakfast places in Portland, but those 2 are the quickest while also satisfying my hangover.
Amazing.
Do you have another?
This is you next.
It's me? Okay. Well, this one's pretty simple.
Great.
There's not a lot of build-up to it, even though I'm making a lot of build-up. But I feel like as an adult, and it's not true for everyone, but also this didn't happen for everyone too. They're contrasting. I feel like as an adult, cocaine is the childhood friendship bracelet. Now, most people who did friendship bracelets didn't end up doing cocaine. But hear me out. So most people that do cocaine, if they do it and they have friends, they're just like, yeah, here you go. Have some of my cocaine. This is from me to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it.
True.
You don't have to pay for anything. I just like hanging out with you. Maybe because I'm super high on cocaine, but still. Just like friendship bracelets. It's like you give a new friendship bracelet to someone after every summer. Because it's like, okay, well, I'm not fucking friends with bitch Susan anymore. So,
Susan?
yeah.
Sad.
Gotta give new friendship bracelet to like Marguerite. Because
Because you
Susan's
went
a
to
bitch.
Spain for the summer?
Or something.
Yeah.
Where people name them their children's weird in the story. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like it's very similar. It's like friendship bracelets, and I mean, maybe it's different other places, but from my experience, those things just got passed around a lot. Not to me, obviously,
Right.
because no one liked me, but I saw them bounce around a lot from one person to another. So I feel from my experience doing other things that it's very similar, that people just pass around cocaine to people that they like.
Yeah, I guess nobody likes me as a child or now because nobody ever gave me a friendship bracelet and also nobody ever gave me cocaine.
I'll give you a cocaine bracelet. How's that sound?
Ooh, sounds chunky. I will say that when I was a kid, I used to love the art of friendship bracelet making. I had like a book with all the different patterns. And I used to make them for myself and not give them to anybody, and nobody else would give them to me. So I think we had a similar childhood in that way.
Well, also, I was a boy. I mean, like, it was mainly, I do know, I can't say most of it was the girls that made the friendship bracelets.
Right.
So that's what I observed. And I was able to observe girls a lot growing up because none of them observed me. So it's very simple. But yeah, I think what I observed from them is that you missed out on the opportunity that a lot of girls who, you know, the other girls didn't like and I heard them talk shit about, they would make the friendship bracelets because everyone did, you know.
Right.
And instead of worrying about like, oh, I don't have any friends to give these to, they would just give them to people. And
Yeah, it's the kind of confidence that I have never had and will never have.
well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that you grew up with that now are not able to interview well, or not able to be in the
Unless they
workforce
bring
well.
friendship bracelets, that's a great interview.
No, I mean, like, they're not able to do that well because they didn't get the experience of getting a friendship bracelet from someone they didn't want to be friends with. I think that's a social thing that you get taught at that time. Like, lots of different things, but for young girls at the time, when I was a kid, when you were a kid, was, oh, I received this friendship bracelet from someone I want to be friends with, and you instantaneously learn that, oh, thank you. That's so nice of you.
An avocado, thanks.
Oh, thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
It just teaches like that naturally. I don't know if it's naturally, maybe you experience it from parents, but for some people they learn that from that experience, maybe. Hashtag cocaine is the friendship bracelet for adults.
Okay, so my next thing is similar to last time, I think, when we were talking about how it was like out of character and I was like, spring is here and it's tight and I like it and it's like good for my mood, not everybody else's mood. Similar to that is, this is kind of gross because it's a known trope, sketch comedy.
Sketch comedy.
Improv
comedy. Okay.
Improv comedy, it's different. Yes-anding, but like in life.
Okay.
Okay. So, case in point, last weekend, you were there. I got a message from somebody that I've never hung out with before, just the two of us. And it was asking to go to brunch the next day. And I was like, I was kind of wrestling with it, like,
This is really convenient. Your last topic leads into this one. That's really nice.
I know, that's what I thought too.
It's professional over here.
I know. What can I say? So it was an invite to go to brunch the next day, and I was really wrestling with, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? Do I want to make a new friend? Do I not want to make a new friend?
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I ended up going, and it was really great, and we chatted, and it was fun, and it was like, yeah, let's do this again. Great times. Have you ever had an unexpected hangout that was, like, good and you didn't think it was gonna be? Have you ever done that before?
Maybe. I think the one that I most often experience along those lines is like having a girl that I wanted to date, but like a year to make love, she wanted me to wait. You know, I usually run into those situations more often.
That's not true.
Well, No, I do know what you're talking about.
No, but have you ever had those experiences?
And then been surprised and had a new friend? No.
Really? Have you ever been like, well, I would rather sleep in or put sweatpants on and watch TV for a few hours instead of going?
And then went instead of staying home?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. And it turned out well?
No.
Oh, why?
Because I'm awful at making friends.
Oh, sad.
It's not that I'm awful, like, don't know how to do it. It's just for the most part, like, I'm like, I don't think this is going to turn out well. So the whole time I'm just like, yeah, this is shit.
Oh, you can cut that out, babe. That's sad.
It's not really sad. I just like specific kinds of people, and it takes me a long time to be willing to open. I don't know. I just don't like small talk. I can't do it. It's not just boring, but it's actually gotten to the point now where I don't like it so much that I haven't been doing it for so long that I don't think I know how to do it anymore.
Yeah, I have to do it all the time for work, so unfortunately I can't forget it. But
Yeah, but mine's like at a very shallow end of it. So it's not like that. I can do like, as long as we're only going like 5 to 6 floors on the elevator, I can do that long. Anything longer than that, I'm shit. Yeah, so any longer than that, I can't do it.
yeah, I agree with you. It gets really tedious and unfun, and it's hard to make friends with people, or like it's really hard. I mean, just period, hard to make friends with people as an adult because it's hard to relate to people when you're so engrossed in your own shit. You're like, oh, you too could be engrossed in shit similar, and or our shit could be complementary. Like you could help me with mine, I could help you with yours.
Maybe. What's the name of the guy who plays Kylo Ren? Adam Driver.
Adam Driver.
Yeah, so...
Baby Driver.
So I recently watched the Saturday Night Live with Adam Driver on it, and the beginning of it is like people coming up because it's the end of summer. So they're talking to him about their summer, and this sketch was over and over again, like, oh, what'd you do with your summer? Like, oh, worked a little bit, traveled a little bit. And it's just like that, if anyone's seen that bit, or if you've seen it, it's just like that's every conversation with small talk in it ever. What do you do? Okay, let me list the things that I do. Is that interesting to you? I don't know. Your reaction says yes, no, or maybe.
Right.
All right. What do you do? The whole time you're talking, I don't give a shit.
Right, yeah, I got, today I got in a conversation that was like, so, what are your plans for the weekend? Anything exciting? Or, are you going anywhere fun this summer? I was like, no, I'm probably going to be in sweatpants all weekend, if we're being honest.
Am I a fucking prince of a country? Like, no, I'm going to do
No, I'm going to stay at
typical
home.
shit.
What are you doing?
Do you know who I am outside of working with me? No, I'm not a celebrity, so I'm not going to do crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to do crazy
Maybe
shit.
I do crazy
Yachts?
shit?
Not for me.
No. But if I was going to, you would have heard about it by now. Because I would have been talking about it.
Yes.
Or maybe I hadn't been talking about it, which means you're not going to hear about it now either, because I'm a seriously secretive fucker. So.
Well, I guess in summary, my takeaway from this whole experience is, again, out of character, but agreeing with things that may make you uncomfortable because it could be good. Yeah. And it could be fun, and you could have a good time and, like, realize, oh, like, I don't have to be a potato. I can go out into the public, and if it's not good, then I can be a potato next time, and, like, make your own choices, but don't be relegated. Don't relegate yourself to sitting on the couch being a lump when you could have something cool going on instead.
Yeah, which is why I'm an introvert and you're an ambivert, so...
No. I prefer to sit on the couch.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, sometimes there are shockingly good experiences, and if you never get out there, then you never experience them.
Right.
But, yeah. I mean, also at this point, as soon as someone pitches me something, because I've had a lot of crazy experiences, as you know, that as soon as someone pitches something at this point, I'm like, is it possible? Well, yeah, I mean, maybe. Probably not, though. So I'll just stick to the people I like, who I know I usually have a good time with, even if we don't do something super crazy and fun.
Yep.
I'll go out and do things with them when they invite me to things.
So sweet. And now, a word from our sponsors. Bork Bork. Have dogs that bork? Bork Bork.
I had a very difficult time with my obituary.
Really?
Because I did find one, And we are on... Man,
Colorado?
we are on Colorado now. And I did find one for Colorado. But the circumstances are very strange. Not very strange, but I imagine they are because I couldn't find cause of death anywhere. So my obituary today, this week, is for Stacy Luann Gordon.
Okay.
She was born on July 15th, 1983 in Irving, Texas.
Young.
Yes. I could not find her cause of death anywhere. I Googled her name, her date of birth, and looked at all those. Then did her name, cause of death, did her name, date of birth, cause of death, looked up Texas, Stacy Luann Gordon, cause of death. I looked up a lot of different stuff and I could not find anything.
What was her birthday?
July 15th, 1983.
Oh, weird. So there's another Stacy Gordon who is a Sesame Street puppeteer who was born on June 10th, 1983.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Isn't that weird?
She's dead?
No, I don't think she's dead.
Well, maybe
That's crazy.
this one just took over that one's life and this one will switch through.
Probably.
Well, the character that she plays in the puppet, does she like softball,
I don't think so.
sarcasm, car racing, and quoting movies?
No.
Okay, that's probably not her then. Because Stacy Luann Gordon of Colorado, who's born in Irving, Texas, does love those things, apparently. So, she was also married to her high school sweetheart, Braden Gordon.
Sad.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything. Obviously, I'm not going to call her family and probe too deeply into it, but yeah, I couldn't find anything about her cause of death.
Okay. She's a talented softball player and cheerleader.
Yeah, there was that in there too. So, Stacy Luann couldn't find anything. Tristan couldn't find anything.
So mine is Dennis Noonan, known to his friends as Denny.
Oh, okay.
No, Denny.
Okay, that makes
And then
sense.
that actually makes me think, are Denny's, like the restaurant, are those named after someone named Dennis?
Maybe. I knew a guy where I worked somewhere, his name was Denny. And that's what he went by, so maybe, I don't know. All I remember from him is he would do that, like when he answered the phone. Be like, hey, thank you for calling.
Sex worker.
This is Denny, like the restaurant. How can I help you?
Cute.
Yeah.
Until it was annoying, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, it only worked with some people.
Right.
And some people, are, like, certain people who are just like, I'm an asshole 24/7, did not enjoy it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So he passed away in Fort Collins, Colorado, with his family by his side. He was 90, so he lived from 1928 to 2019. 90 years old when he passed. He'll be remembered for his quick wit, his ability to tell a story like no other, and his love for his family, especially his wife of 66 years, Betty Lou. Betty Lou?
So many nicknames in there.
How sweet. No, that's a real name, Betty Lou.
Oh, I imagine it is, but I'm just saying.
So cute. So anyways, he looks real sweet. There's a picture of him and his wife. He was born in South Dakota. Then he lived in Wyoming. He was all over the
That makes
place.
sense.
There was a time that he and his Army Corps sergeant had the squad play a game of basketball with the inmates at San Quentin in San Francisco. Honorably discharged from service. Wife, Betty Lou Null, Catholic. Anyway, seems real sweet. He sat by Betty Lou's side and cared for her at the home, and with the help of many wonderful caregivers, and held her hand as she passed away in 2016. Very sweet. But yeah, a lot of family that remembers them, and a lot of family that's living in their memory. So very sweet.
Well, I actually have a bonus to this one. So I wanted to make sure that I still did a random one, which is why I chose the one that I did.
Mm-hmm.
But there was another one, and the other thing too is this one is out, like it's not current with the time.
Okay.
So, or else I would have just chosen this one. But there is a woman that died in Colorado, Windsor, named Elaine. And she is survived by her children and 17 grandchildren. And I'm one of them.
You are one of them.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. I thought you were going to pick hers to begin with.
Well, I mean, the timeline, we were in a different state, so
Yeah.
couldn't. My grandma's dead. She lived in Colorado. There's that.
Well, sweet Elaine.
Which brings us to our favorite segment, NFL News. Again, there's still, I think it's like the beginning of the season or something. I don't know. There's nothing interesting. Maybe we only found interesting things those few times. So maybe we'll have to change this segment. I don't know. But this one, whatever it may mean, I'm going to choose to go a certain route with this. Okay. The headline comes from NFL.com. This is the headline, so I'm not, changing anything about it. But I will decide whatever I want it to mean, and you can too.
Okay.
It's a fun game.
Cool.
The headline is Ravens GM. I know that means Ravens is a football team, GM, General Manager.
General Manager, yeah. Ravens
GM. We need more swings at WR. So, that's great. Good things for the kids.
What's WR?
I don't know, but they want more swings there.
Okay.
I imagine they don't have a lot of swings, and maybe they have too many kids.
Okay. Sounds like it.
Well, if they need more swings, it doesn't sound like it. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
WR though, yeah, I'm not even sure what the Baltimore. I think Baltimore Ravens. That sounds right.
Yeah, but what does WR stand for?
I have no idea. Where's Baltimore?
Maryland.
Maryland. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know.
Where's Baltimore?
Maybe Wrigley.
No, I thought of that. But that's
north. Walgreens Ravens Field.
Probably Walgreens Ravens.
Yeah, that's probably it. They need more swings though. So anyone who has some loose chains and some flat rubber that you can put those chains onto.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And make some swings for the kiddos. The Ravens need it.
When we buy a house, I do want to swing in the backyard.
Like on a tree, like a wooden one, or like a swing set?
I don't want a whole set. That's bulky. I want either one swing standing by itself or a swing on a tree.
So you want to do it, you would be okay with one chain swing by itself?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll probably do the tree one because that's real silly.
Oh, we have to have like a nice tree though for it.
Well, I think we're going to take what we can get.
That's true.
So
that's true.
There you have it.
There you have it. All done.
All right.
Some other form of large cat.